Hi, everybody. Gloria Moraga, political woman. I'm calling this the clown meets the crowns as people die. Oh, yeah. Clever, but not funny. Trump's recent visit to the Middle East. Here's what he did. He fell asleep. He walked the wrong way to sign documents.
The Honorable Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
He fawned over dictators, the same dictators who were responsible for flying planes into our Twin Towers, the same dictators who murdered a journalist. He made absolutely no sense when he talked.
5,000 contractors in all different places, some digging ditches and some not doing ditches because they want to go by satellite. Satellite seems to be the way to go. But so we're going to be giving that out pretty soon. But what people don't know about Sean, because I mentioned lumberjacks, that Sean, you probably didn't know this. That I'm not talking about this Sean. This Sean, no, this is a different Sean. Sean Duffy, the head of transportation. He's a great Sean, though, I have to tell you. But Sean Duffy was the world champion for 5 years, climbing trees and down, up and down, world champion. So that's what you call a serious lumberjack. And he's doing a fantastic job, too. A really respected guy and a terrific guy. And I mentioned the champion because when somebody's a champion, he's the world champion for a long time. He came down, when you come down those trees, coming down at a rapid, he said that started getting you back. You will often break your back. You miss a shot and you're coming down a lot faster than the human body was meant to come down.
And he kissed a lot of Arab ass. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with kissing ass. It's just why? Why these people when we have allies that he's trashing every day? I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get at least 30,000. I don't know. I change the number from time to time. Subscribers. And when I look at my subscribers and I lost 2, it's like, ah! All right. Back to the video. Trump goes to the Middle East. And what happens right before he goes to the Middle East? He announces that Qatar is giving us this grotesque jet. And I'm telling you right now, my friends, this is just a distraction. Because while we're all talking about that damn jet, the Israeli-Hamas Gaza conflict is escalating, and children are starving when their aid is just a few clicks away, ready to be distributed. Here's a soundbite from the Senate floor.
For more than 2 months, Israeli forces have stopped thousands of tons of food and water and medicine and formula and shelter and other humanitarian aid from reaching Gaza. The result of that siege have been and are unbearable for the families there. Mr. President, babies and children are starving to death right now in Gaza. And I have behind me the picture of an infant girl in Gaza who starved to death this past week. Her parents could not get the lactose-free formula that she needed to keep her alive.
Now that is a longer soundbite. I'm going to play some more later. Here's what. When they were rolling out the purple carpet and all, and he was there, did he ever reach out to our ally, Israel, and his alleged friend, former friend, Netanyahu? Did he reach out to Russia and Putin as Putin continues to bomb civilians in Ukraine? Because these guys, and we used to be included in this group, these guys were right there. It was just this far away on the map from where Trump was. They were right there trying to work out a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. And then later he makes this snarky comment on the plane on the way back that, oh, Putin's only going to meet with him. He was there. Putin said he would come there and then didn't. And then Trump said, well, he wants to only meet with me. Then why didn't you reach out? If you care so much about people being bombed, which he always says that he does, why don't you reach out? And you're saying, okay, I don't care about Putin. You're saying, I don't care about the children starving in Gaza. Well, shame on you. But if you only care about America, what about our children in America? What about our seniors in America? What about our working poor in America who are getting screwed over right now by the tariffs that are coming and other issues? What about them? What if they cut Meals on Wheels? It's in this ugly bill that was blocked on Friday. And I think that's just a setback. They're going to take it up again, either Sunday night or Monday. And it's another grotesque atrocity, just like that airplane is grotesque, that jet. But yet it's a diversion. See, we're all talking about that. And then we're not talking about this legislation that the Republicans and Trump and MAGA Mike are trying to push through that's going to cut health care for millions of Americans. Turning my phone down. So you're saying that. This is your argument. I'm, making this up because I'm assuming that some people are going to say this. And I will just say this back to you. He didn't do one thing on this Mideast trip, the clown, to make America great again, even though that's what he promised. He promised he'd bring prices down on day one. He promised he'd end the war between Russia and Ukraine, even before, he said he'd end it even before he took office. He promised he was going to fix all of the Israel issues. He hasn't done anything. He didn't tell Israel that he was trying to make a deal with Iran on their nukes, and they're mad at him now. So we can't get our aid through, and children are starving. And yes, I'm going back to that because I care about children starving anywhere. He didn't do one thing on this trip to make America great again. He enriched the oligarchy. The tech bros were all there with him. And he signed some deals. And he smoothed over his inept sons and his wimpy-looking son-in-law who've botched some deals there. He smoothed that over. That's why you went. And you're saying, oh, no, he made a deal. Yeah. Here's what he said. Here's the soundbite.
Kelly's telling me from Boeing, that's the largest order of jets in the history of Boeing. That's pretty good. And that's 140. Was that a 140 or 160? Well, yeah, but you're right. It's actually 200, including the 40, so it's over $200 billion. But 160 in terms of the jets. That's fantastic. So that's a record, Kelly. And congratulations to Boeing. Get those planes out there.
How is that going to help us when we're giving more weapons to a dictatorship that is friendly with Hamas? And here's Hamas. Children are starving because of Hamas. Then it's like, okay, I made all kinds of deals and I made all kinds of money. For who? He made all kinds of deals and he made all kinds of money. For whom? For whom? Rich companies, high-tech companies, not for us. Yeah, they made a deal on AI, or as his stupid education secretary says, A1, pass the sauce. They made a deal to have the tech bros build AI facilities. Not here. Not here. They're going to build them in the desert, in the Arabian desert. So how does that help us? Somebody? Anybody? I'm listening. Pass the A1. And I'm going to go back to why I even decided to talk about this in this video, in this podcast.
Jinan, that name means paradise. Think of the hope of the parents when they named their beautiful child paradise. Mr. President, it's up to all of us to do all we can to make this the last picture of a baby boy or girl who starves to death in Gaza. And today I'm offering a resolution with my colleagues that makes a simple point. It notes simply that children are starving to death. They're starving to death as we are here comfortably debating what we think are important issues. And it must be the effort of all of us to do all we can to bring this siege and this war to an immediate end.
We are the United States of America. To quote Joe Biden, and leave Joe Biden alone. He's gone, okay? It's time to fight here and now. This is the fight. This is the war. The war is saving democracy. The war is stopping this abomination of a budget that they're trying to push through that's going to cut health care for our people. And it's going to cut food programs for our children, for our seniors. Care about that. Fight this. But it's atrocious to me. And every day, I'm embarrassed when I read the news. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of what we're doing. That Trump goes all this way to do this, when right there, he could have tried to work out something for Europe, our allies since World War II, for Ukraine, our allies, to force Russia to stop bombing civilians. He could have done something about ending this unholy, ask the Pope, conflict that's killing children in the worst possible ways, starving them to death in Gaza, when the food is right there. It is right effing there. Trump was right there and could have done something. They could have done anything. We are the most powerful country in the world. And this is what we did. It's what we did. And it's got to stop. And when I say fight, I mean vote. When I say fight, I mean email, write, speak up. Oh, I'm going to a birthday party in a few minutes. Oh, Mom, please don't start talking about politics. Is it a free country anymore? Do we have free speech? I don't know. It's close to not having it. So we better speak up while we can. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. I'm going to leave you with some more words from our senator talking about the little girl who couldn't get the formula she needed when it was right effing there. Your name means paradise. Please subscribe. Fight. Call. Email. Speak up. Vote. And be safe.
The picture of an infant girl in Gaza who starved to death this past week. Her parents could not get the lactose-free formula that she needed to keep her alive. Jinan, that name means paradise. Think of the hope of the parents when they named their beautiful child paradise.